Another challenge is with the parents. Sometimes they don't know how to follow their children, what the children need, but that challenge also came up as we involved them in the day-to-day or in the daily routine of the school. We could sit with them in the meeting, the teachers could call them, and they sit with them, then they get in touch. We call it parent-teachers relationship, teaching, the conference with them, and then we sit. So that one came out.
We do involve parents in the daily routine. We encourage teachers to involve parents in school activities as resource persons. We believe teachers don't know it all, and there are parents out there who have skills, who have knowledge, who have content, that if exposed to the classroom environment and if they work effectively with the teacher, yeah, they can take these children to a next level. And when they involve themselves in these activities, it somehow also motivates these children, you know, say, if your father can come to a class and, you know, so it becomes so interesting.
We call them in the parents' conferences, in the workshops, in the meetings. Even we do the home visits to teach them how to keep on putting good behaviors in their children.
Sometimes what else I have seen that most of them, they have, we can call frustrations in their homes. And if the parent has frustrations or has stress, the child also gets a problem, as if there are two elephants fighting, and which is the grass suffer if there are two. So in most cases, these children suffer because of the parents. Sometimes they fail to learn because of the parents.
We make sure that we take these parents through a series of sessions, including the concept of early childhood, the costs and benefits of early childhood. What do they lose if they don't attend to their children in a holistic manner? And what do they benefit? What does the parent benefit out of this? What is the benefit to the family? What is the benefit to the community where this child lives? And what is the benefit to the nation, say Uganda? And what is the benefit to the region East Africa? And the benefit to the world at large? So this, in a sense, also brings the parents into conversion to ECT. They don't like early childhood. And in turn, you'll tell them who are the stakeholders in this. Who else do you need to engage with in raising your child? What do you need to provide? What should we do? What shouldn't we do? And
we have tried to put a structure in place for the schools we are working with. There's a structure we call the community resource team. This team comprises of 3 people. One of the persons is the head teacher. Then they elect a community mobilizer, and also we have a lead teacher. You know, they elect one good teacher amongst the teachers within the school to become the lead teacher. Now, these 3 are given a TOT, yeah, a train of trainers course, specifically to empower their training skills. And one of their major roles is to ensure that they take parents through the whole program every year. Those new parents that come on board, right? That is one of their roles. In addition, they also train the new school management committees members that come on board, because we do encourage that after 2 years, at least, since this is voluntary work, at least people burn out, you know, so they need to have new people come in on the committee. So there has to be that continuity, and it's the CRTs that do this role.